Hi everyone, sorry for the delay. Welcome to this talk on building web extensions with Flutter. So let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Akanksha Singh. I'm a software engineer at JP Morgan. I'm a Flutter developer. I love doing hackathons and being part of communities, building communities, and speaking and mentoring. And these are my handles. You can check those out later. So let's jump on to the agenda for this talk. So we're gonna look into what are browser add-ons, what's the need and the use cases, the anatomy of browser extensions, and then we will see how you can make a Chrome extension in Flutter. And after that, we will check out some web extension APIs that we can make use of to extend the functionality of the web extension, and then some limitations and final thoughts. So yeah, let's see what are browser add-ons. So browser add-ons are small software programs that you can install in your web, and they add extra features and functionality to your browser. These add-ons can do all sort of cool things. Some block annoying ads, make your browsing smoother and less cluttered. Others provide you features like protecting you from malware or phishing attacks. Some add functionality like language translation and weather updates and a lot of other things. So yeah, they can do a lot of cool things and the possibilities are endless. So yeah, they can be as simple as just a music player or some complex web extensions like Grammarly, which uses AI and helps you in writing the correct grammar. So yeah, they can be of any type, and today we're gonna talk about building Chrome extensions in Flutter. So before doing that, let's look into the anatomy of web extensions. What's the actual structure of the web extension and how they have been working. So this is the basic structure. So the main manifest.json file is the blueprint of the extension. It defines the architecture of your app, the resources that it uses, and the permission that it needs. So it is located in the root of the project folder. And just a little bit about different components. So the background scripts are responsible for responding to events that occur in the browser independently of the lifetime of any particular web page or browser window. So that's what background scripts are for. But after manifest version 3, they have been replaced by service worker, and that ensures that the background code stays off the main thread, and this enables extensions to run only when needed, and this helps in saving resources. The next thing is the content scripts. So these are extension provided scripts which run in the context of a web page. This differs from the scripts which are loaded by the page itself, including those which are provided by script elements within the page. Then the next is browser actions and page actions. So these were part of manifest version 2, but after manifest version 3, these concepts have been consolidated in Action API. And the main work of Action API is to handle the use of, mainly to handle the icon or how the default pop-up is gonna be like, or title and things like that. Then we have options page. So it helps you in enabling and providing more options to the user. So it looks like something like this. So for a web extension, if you go to the options, like you can customize it and have some options that users can modify and configure according to their needs. So this is how they look like. The next thing is web accessible resources. So these are the resources that are used by the content scripts. So these can be some images or some CSS or JavaScript code. So that was all about the structure of the web extension. Now you must be interested in learning how you can do that with Flutter. So we will be taking an example, and I'll show you how easy it is to build a Chrome extension in Flutter. So there are 4 steps. The first step is to remove the code in the index.html file that you will be able to find in the web folder of the project. So all you need to do is remove most of the things, and in body tag, the only script that you will need will be this one that loads main.js, and this is a Flutter code compiled as a JavaScript code. So this is the only thing that you need in index.html, and all the script tags are not needed, but there can be cases when you need more script tags. So in that case, you can add those script tags. That will be according to your needs. So yeah. And also another thing in index.html file would be the size. So here we set the size, the height and width. So this will be the size of the pop-up window that opens when you click on the extension. So here we set the size. The next step after doing this is to configure the manifest.json file. So as I mentioned, manifest.json file is the blueprint of the app, and here you can like configure properties like what is the name of the extension, what's the description, like what the Chrome extension does, the version number, there's content script policies. So these are there to prevent the cross-site scripting. So every mainstream web product follows same origin policy, which means that the code from a specific website should only have access to the data from that particular website only. So here you can see in the manifest.json, we have extension pages, and these two policies are there. So this means that this extension can only execute scripts of its own and not from other origins. And this way it just prevents hijacking this extension and just running some suspicious scripts. So this is why the content security policy is needed. The next thing is permissions. So here we define the permissions that are needed by our Chrome extension. So for the example that I'll be showing today, we need tabs and active tab permission. Yeah, so here you can just mention all the permissions that are needed. The next thing is the default pop-up. So default pop-up property defines which HTML file you're gonna open when the user clicks on the icon. So this will be index.html that I showed earlier. So it just loads our Flutter app. And after configuring your manifest.json file and index.html, the next step is building. So the next step is building, and the command that you will use is this one. So when you're running and building the web apps, you get options to choose between two renderers. So here we have HTML renderer. So the difference between HTML and CanvasKit is that HTML has a smaller download size, and it uses combination of HTML elements, CSS elements, and SVG elements. While the CanvasKit renderer has faster performance with higher widget density, but it adds 1.5 MB in download size, and it uses WebGL to render Skia Paint commands. From what I tried, and I think I also noticed that this issue is still open for Chrome extensions, only the HTML renderer works. So the CanvasKit might not work or might create some problems. So HTML renderer is the way to go. And then we have this tag CSP. So this is to disable the dynamic generation of the code in the generated output, and this is necessary to adhere to CSP restrictions. For that, you can visit the website mentioned here. Yeah, so that was building. Now you have built your app. The next thing is to see how it works. So the step 4 is to load your app. So for that, you need to go to the extension. So this is the icon from where you can check out the extensions that are already there in your Chrome browser, or you can simply go to Chrome extensions. And here you need to turn on the developer mode. And after that, you will be able to load the unpacked extensions. So here we will click on load unpacked extensions, and in our build project, we will go to the web folder and we will just select that, and it will be loaded. So after loading that, you will be able to check the basic, like the counter app. It's working as a Chrome extension now. So it was pretty simple. It was really easy, just 4 steps: configuring index.html, manifest.json, and then building, and here it is. So very simple, right? So what else can you do with it? So the next thing would be you can use web extension APIs. So here in the Chrome developers like documentation. Here you can find all the stable APIs and you can check those out. I'll show an example of like Chrome Tabs API. So in Chrome Tabs API, the permissions that I am gonna use is like tabs permission and active tab to get the active tab that is currently present on the window. So this is the JavaScript function that is used to get the current tab. And here you can see the query options, so which are active and last focused window. So if they are true, that means that we need to we will get the current window. So this is the JavaScript function, and how can you use this in Flutter? So for doing that, you can call the JS functions using js.context, and you can call the method. Otherwise, you can use, for both of them, we will be using .js package. So yeah, we can have a separate Dart file for the accessing the APIs, and here we will define all the JavaScript functions and the objects that we need from the Chrome library. So here you can see a simple structure for all the classes, and like for tab class we will be, because we want the URL of the current tab, so we have the URL, and external keyword is just to denote that these parameters are coming from JavaScript. So yeah, this is how it's gonna look like. And the function that we will use to select the URL of the current tab would look something like this here, because from JavaScript API we will get a promise, and we need to convert it to future. So we'll use promise to future, and we will pass the we will call the query function and pass these two parameters, which is active and last focused window. And if they both are true, we will be able to get the URL of the current window, something like this. Now you can get the current URL, so you can do a lot with it. Maybe you want to build a website blocker. So if you want to block all the social media sites, you can get the URL and maybe redirect it to a custom page like, why are you still on social media? You should be working something, or it's just an example. So you can do a lot with it. Now if you want to get the number of tabs, so for that you can simply change the function a little bit, and you can get the number of tabs here. So these are simple examples of how you can use the Chrome extension, the Chrome APIs to get the information about the windows and access the tabs and elements. So yeah, like hot reload, you don't have to just load the extension each time after building. You can simply just reload it from this icon, and it will reload the current code for you. So these are simple examples. So like a bookmark one extension where you can add your links and maybe some random links that you usually need. So these are some examples, and the QR code one is there. Yeah. So the limitations, so far, like there are a couple of limitations because it doesn't support CanvasKit renderer, so there might be some functions that you might not be able to access. The app state gets lost when the user clicks on anywhere apart from the extension, so maybe you can use local storage something if you want to store the values. And using Firebase, you might need to do a little bit of extra work, and that might require you to write an external script and maybe download the Firebase JavaScript files locally. So yeah, those are a couple of limitations, and these are some resources that I have added to the slides, and when I share the slides, you can go through these resources. And yeah, that was all for the talk today. Thank you very much for listening, and yeah, you can connect with me on Twitter and on GitHub. Yeah, thank you.